The Boston Celtics currently sit atop of the NBA with the best record of 29-12. Most recently taking care of business versus a Chicago Bulls team who is 6-1 this season against the Bucks, the Celtics, and the Nets, three of the top teams in the Eastern Conference. They have now won their last 3 games and are starting to get back in a rhythm after suffering 2 brutal losses to the OKC Thunder and the Denver Nuggets. With Marcus Smart suffering a knee contusion versus the Spurs, he was forced to miss last night's game versus Chicago. Starting in his place was Robert Williams, the first time he got to start all year long coming off his injury. His presence was felt right away. We all know that when Robert Williams was starting last season, the Boston Celtics had one of the best defenses in the entire NBA. The defense versus the Bulls last night was phenomenal, only allowing 99 points against a scorching hot Bulls team. Although Zach LaVine and the Bulls went on a huge run towards the end, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and as well as Al Horford, ultimately closed this game out in Boston. Grant Williams also played an amazing role here, putting up a season-high 20 points to go along with a huge 8 rebounds. The Boston Celtics are starting to become terrifying, with Robert Williams finally starting to look like his old self. However, there are 3 things that the Boston Celtics must continue to do in order to get back to the NBA Finals. Before I tell you these 3 important things the Celtics need to do, make sure you guys smash that like button if you think the Boston Celtics will make it back to the NBA Finals. Also, subscribe if you are new. We're going to be posting a ton of Celtics content all year long, so make sure you guys turn on post notifications so you're notified every time I post a video. Comment down below, who is your NBA Finals prediction? Which 2 teams do you think will face off in this year's NBA Finals? The first and most important thing that the Celtics need to continue to do here to close out the season and book their trip back to the NBA Finals is play hard, physical defense on every single possession. The way you do this is inserting Robert Williams into the starting lineup full time. When Robert Williams starts for the Celtics, they only allow 106 points per game compared to what they're allowing right now, which is 112, and in my opinion, that's honestly a pretty big difference. That would put us back as one of the best defense in the entire league. A starting lineup of Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Al Horford, and Robert Williams is absolutely terrifying to opposing teams. When Robert Williams is in the game, players think twice about driving into the paint and usually end up forcing a last-second pass that honestly ends up being a turnover most of the time. As long as we play great defense, that will lead to easy transition points on the other end, and defense is key to getting back to the NBA Finals. The second thing that the Celtics need to do is rebound the ball, and I can't stress this enough. Rebounding is one of the most important stats in the game, and it's obvious. The Celtics currently rank 19th in the NBA in rebounds per game. The Celtics need to get on the glass and make sure opposing teams do not get second chance opportunities. Second chance buckets are absolutely demoralizing to a team. There's nothing worse than playing a phenomenal 24 seconds of defense just to allow an offensive rebound and give them another 14-second shot clock. This all goes back to starting Robert Williams. I believe Robert Williams fully inserted back into the starting lineup will help the Celtics so much. He averages 4 offensive rebounds a game when he's a starter. Let me know in the comment section down below, do you think Robert Williams should be a full-time starter once again? I do believe rebounding the ball is one of the biggest keys to winning on every single night in the NBA. I mean, when you're allowing offensive rebounds and second chance opportunities, not only does it allow them to get more shots up than you, but it tires out your defense. So rebound the ball is so important, and I do think with Robert Williams in the starting lineup, it gives us more height and more ability to rebound the ball. As well as what I said, he averages 4 offensive rebounds a night, and he's been doing so well off the bench this year, averaging 3.9 offensive rebounds per night, and he's only averaging like 20 to 25 minutes a game. Listen, if you put him back in the starting lineup, we will not only get more rebounds a game, but we'll get more second chance opportunities, which would be huge. Before we get to the final thing that the Celtics need to do here to book their trip back to the finals, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here. We're going to be streaming every single Celtics game for the rest of the year. What I mean by that is we go live on YouTube on this channel. We do a live play-by-play commentary reaction. We interact with chat. So if you guys are interested in sitting down watching some Celtic games with me this season, make sure you guys subscribe, especially for the NBA playoffs, man. We're going to be live every single game, so make sure you guys join the family. The final one is no other than bench scoring. We already know Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are playing at elite levels to start this season. Jason Tatum playing at an MVP type of level, averaging 30 points a game and also 8 rebounds, while Jaylen Brown is shooting at a high level from the floor and is for sure an all-star. Maybe even making a case for an all-NBA team this season. However, they can't do it all by themselves on the offensive side of the floor. In the beginning of the season, the Celtics role players played at such a high rating. No other team in NBA history matched their pace. The Celtics had 6 players in the top 10 of shooting efficiency from behind the arc. They will need players like Derek White, Malcolm Brogdon, Grant Williams, and Al Horford to shoot the ball efficiently from three-point land. The great news, though, is the Celtics get a ton of open threes, but the bad news is they live and die by that shot. When the shots aren't falling, it's almost impossible for us to win because we just don't adjust. I want to see the Celtics drive to the cup a little bit more often, get to the free throw line, and then from there, the shots will start falling. I think we rely on threes a little bit too much a lot of the time. However, the bright side is that when they're falling, we're almost unstoppable. Like we're almost pretty much unbeatable at times. When you pair up one of the best offenses in NBA history, like what we had to begin the season, with a top 5 defense of all time, or a top 5 defense in the league, not all time obviously, but I start to wonder who could possibly compete with us. When you put a tough, physical, hard-nosed defense with a high rebounding percentage team and a great scoring off the bench, you build an unstoppable force. The Celtics are currently one of the best teams in the league, but still have a ton of work to do to become great. Obviously, staying healthy is one of the most important things to an NBA team, but if we combine all these things together, the Boston Celtics will be completely terrifying. Let me know in the comment section right now, who do you think the biggest threat to the Boston Celtics is at the moment? Subscribe, smash that like button, and join the family. We will be one of the biggest NBA families on YouTube. Let me know in the comment section down below, is this your first time coming through to the channel? And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.